Cade Erkey, son of Teresa Erkey and Keith Erkey. Cade plans to attend a 4-year. Eric Martin, son of Eric and Katie Martin. He plans to attend UWSP and major in biology.
Yeah. We're coming to you from Tiger Field in the Merriwood under the tutelage of Jason Tubb. Football week 7 already. As a lot of juniors, not as many. Now the seniors for the Stratford Tigers, their second to last home game of the year. Seniors not in any nope, that's Oakley Wrench along with Cade Erkey. We'll get to Cade's numbers in just a little bit. They are very, very impressive. Hunter Austin, Jed Knetter, Dylan Schoner, Reed Curtis, Paul Huther. They have this game here tonight, and then
Janet Reyes and Ken Bowman. From the Navy, Ronald Jacoby. Representing the Air Force, Marvin Conradi and Jim Owie. From the Marines, Ernie Becker, Daryl Meyer, Todd Pass, and Terry Shannon. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to our veterans and thank them for their support for our country. At this time, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem by the Stratford High School Band under the direction of Mr. John Rickinger.
Welcome back to Stratford for this Merriwood Conference action between the Stratford Tigers and the Auburndale Apaches. We talked a little bit about it couple minutes ago. If Stratford is playoff eligible right now, if they win, they are in the playoffs once again this year under the head coach of Jason Tubbs. Since their week 1 loss to Spencer Columbus, they have only allowed 21 total points except for that non-conference game against Marengo from Illinois. But that was a couple weeks ago. Since that week 1 loss, they've only given up 21 total points. It looks like Stratford will receive, working left to right here this evening. The Auburndale Apaches again coming in at 2-4 overall, 2-2 in the Merriwood. Head coach Jay Anderson trying to go team to a 3rd straight win, but it will be a Stratford gains close to 440 total yards, only giving up 85. So things going. He's got the ball teed up on the far hash. The kick, short end-over-end kick will be taken at the 30 up to the 35, tripped up to the 40. He's got room and will be run out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's like Tyke Vaughn. Stratford Tigers again averaging 439 and a Schwabe, and gives it on the end gain on the opening carry for Cade Erke. He's coming in. He was at 711 yards. That was the 8th rushing attempt on the year. He's got 16 touchdowns on the ground. 2 receivers left with Erke in the backfield behind Schwabe. They're going to give it to Erke again. He's got room on the left side and past the 25 to the 22-yard line. And another gain of 8 there too. The other runner for Stratford, just 30 attempts on the year, 207 yards. Cade Erke's number for Cade on the year. And a gain of 6 more. Erke in the backfield to a loss of a yard, running out of bounds. 2nd and 11, ball on the 16-yard line. Coming out is Martin. Handrick in the backfield again. See what he can do if he gets it on his 100th rushing attempt on the year. And they're going to give it to him on the left side. Has room, bounces out, and going to be pounced on and dragged back. A gain of 3 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Now a gain of a couple, and they're going to put him at the 15-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and 9. See what Stratford can dial up here on the 3rd and long after they seem to be in easy control on the first couple of plays that they ran. Receiver split out. That's Martin. Tight end near side. 2 running backs behind Schwabe. And they're going to roll out to the right. Has him. Still looking. He's not going to throw. He's going to get dragged down back at the 19-yard line. And a loss of 4 and 2 sacks on this drive. And it's going to be 4th and 13 at the 19. Schwabe just unable to get out of, did not throw it away. And they're going to go for it here on 4th and very long. 2 running backs behind Schwabe and everybody else up on the line. 4th and 13. They're going to roll out to the left this time. Back to Erke, and he goes nowhere. A big block, but he's going to be stacked up and ripped down. Another big loss on that play, and it's going to be turnover on downs, and it's going to be over to the Auburndale Apaches. So after a couple of huge runs by Erke, on his 100th attempt, did not go, again, a couple. But Auburndale was ready for what Stratford had for him. So it's going to be 1st and 10, a receiver far. That's Dylan Pong. Quarterback Cooper Weinferder. Again, one of the top basketball players in the area. He's going to drop back to pass. Has Pong down, and it's going to be broken up right at the 50-yard line. Great defense by Lance Lance Heidemann on the break up at the 50-yard line. Gonna go for the home run ball on the first play. Weinfurter had him. Heidemann just able to get a hand up right at the right time. Pawn again, split out wide to the right. I formation behind Weinfurter. And gonna give it to the running back and gonna be taken down. That's Trayton Weister. Weister with 125 rushing attempts on the year, 799 yards. And they're gonna give him a couple. So Weister now over the 800-yard mark. He's got 8 touchdowns on the year. And we'll see what Weinfurter can dial up here on a 3rd and 7 at the 26-yard line. 8:20 to go in the opening quarter. I formation again for Weinfurter. Same formation they've run the last couple times. He's going to roll out to the right. He's got room. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be caught by Pawn at the 40-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Apaches.
Pass complete to Pawn.
Roll out right. Nice job by Weister to pick up Scherner on the blitz. Again, Stratford only gives up 85 total yards a game. 22 through the air. And gives it up to Marth, and he's going to gain 4 more. It's going to be 2nd and right in between the 43 and 44. 2nd and 7 at the 43. Pawn coming now near side. Marth, the big fullback behind Weinfurter. And they're going to pitch it out near side. He's got room. Weister is going to be dragged down. And Chase Flink on the tackle. It's another big 3rd down early on here for the Stratford defense.
3rd and 3 from the 46.
Marth coming out along with Cody Troybridge. Again, big 3rd down. 2 receivers to far side. That's Weister and Fletcher Robb. 1 near side. And a running back behind Weinfurter. 3rd and 3. And back to passes. Weinfurter again. And has them and caught. That's Carter Wilcott. And a big 1st down again on a 3rd down. And inside Tiger territory, and it's 1st and 10 for the Apaches at the 41-yard line. Had him open coming across the middle the whole way. Just had to wait for him to pass the linebackers, and Wilcott was open. A 6'2", 191 senior. I formation again is Cooper Weinfurter. And they have a pulling guard, and he's going to get dragged down as Trayton Weister. Saw it immediately, the whole right side. Schwabe with the tackle. The whole right side of the Auburndale Apaches line was pulling on the play. Had a little bit of a hole, but Weister tripped around the 41, 42-yard line and did not go anywhere. Under 6 minutes, now 5:30 to go, and in the opening quarter, still scoreless. Apaches looking for their 3rd straight win. Stratford looking for win number 6, and that one's going to be caught by Weister. He's got quick feet. He's going to the 30, going to be dragged down, stay on his feet, up to the 20-yard line. Weister is very quick on his feet. Looked like Stratford was about to get him for a loss. And now Auburndale threatening. 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Stratford went deep into Auburndale territory, but turned it over on downs. Now Auburndale's threatening. I formation again. up to Marth, and he's got room. He's going to be dragged down to the 15-yard line. Marth, 44 rushing attempts coming into the game, 210 yards and 2 scores.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6, ball to 15.
And a gain of 4 on the play. Going to be 2nd and 6 with 4:30 to go in the first quarter here from Stratford. Pawn, the receiver near side. Weister and Marth in the I formation behind Weinfurter. Tried 3 hard counts on that one. He's going to get tripped up. Going to fall forward close to the 10-yard line, up to the 12. And it's going to be 3rd and 3. They're going to put him on the 12, so 3rd and 2. It should be 3rd and 3 from the 12. They start on the 19. Yard line. 3rd and 3, under 4 minutes to go. Another big 3rd down. Auburndale has converted on 2 straight 3rd downs. Back to pass again as Weinfurter. He gets hit as he lets it go, and it's going to be incomplete, but a penalty flag. Pawn got tackled, and it's going to be either a holding or a pass interference on Heidemann. Pass interference on Stratford. That's going to be another 1st down for the Auburndale Apaches. Just a quick 2-step drop for Weinfurter and just threw it up there for Pawn. And it's going to be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Penalty makes it 1st and goal to goal from the 7-yard line.
3 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Auburndale is threatening. I formation again. Hard count again. 3 times Weinfurter tries. He's rolling to the left, and he's going to try and square his body, throw it to Pawn in the end zone, overshoots him, and it's incomplete. Weinfurter a lot of time. And it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line now, 3:22 to go. Good job by the Apache offensive line to get out there and block for him, and great job by the Stratford defense to stick with their receivers for that long. Cooper Weinfurter coming in 561 yards, throwing on the year, 10 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. I formation again, and it's going to pitch it out to Weister, and he's going to get smacked at the 5-yard line. A hard hit by Weister, and Martin on the tackle, and it's going to be another 3rd down.
Justin Shaner.
3rd and goal from the 5. 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
3rd and goal from the 5.
Stratford had 1 possession. Auburndale on their first possession. Both teams have taken them in deep into each other's territory. 3rd and 5 with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. I formation again. And they're going to give it to Weister up the middle. He's going to get stopped inside the 3 to the 2-yard line. It's going to be 4th and goal. Again, like I said, coming into this one, Stratford has only given up 21 total points in their since their first game loss, except for the non-conference game against Marengo 2 weeks ago. Big 4th and goal from the 3. Weinfurter under center. Looking. Hard count 3 more times. They're going to give it to Weister up the middle, and he's going to fall in for a touchdown. Auburndale gets the lead early on. Weister 3 third down conversions and a 4th down conversion. Trayton with his 9th touchdown of the year, and it is 6-0 in favor of the Apaches early on. Very well orchestrated drive for Auburndale. Now in to attempt the PAT. Schuler Gilhausen, that one is right down the middle and good. And with 1:58 to go in the first quarter, it is the Auburndale Apaches 7 and the Stratford Tigers nothing, as Cade Erke is looking to get his chance again on the offensive side of things. Again, a great offensive possession early on for the Stratford Tigers on their first one. Started from the 45 on the first play from scrimmage, got it down to the 30 and was stalemated from there. A couple of tough plays by Max Schwabe, and then on the long 4th and 13, they tried the screen pass to Erke and was stopped immediately. And then Auburndale put together their own impressive drive. Again, 3 third-down conversions, including a pass interference in the end zone, and then converting on that 4th and goal from the 3. And it was turned into a 7-0 lead for the Auburndale Apaches. They'll kick it again from the 40. That is Aaron Marth doing the kicking, the big fullback. Marth, 6'2", 230, and a short kick will be taken at the 33. He's got room on the near side to the 40 to the 50, and it's going to be tackled out of bounds deep inside Auburndale territory. That's Lance Heidemann. And Stratford's going to have phenomenal field possession. Start at the 40-yard line now. 1:51 to go in the opening quarter, 7-0 Auburndale. Cade Erke trying to get things going for his team. Now 3 backs behind Schwabe. Under center, they're going to give it to Erke right away. He's got room up the middle, cuts back, and get to the 30, and it's going to be just about a first down, and they will give him the first down at the 29, a gain of 11, and Erke continues.
Ball just inside the 30-yard line.
Other games going on around the conference. Marathon is at Edgar. Tomahawk is at Rice Lake Prentice tonight. Under center again, they're going to give it to Erke. He bounces way outside. Stiff arm's going to be tackled behind the 35, and a big loss on the rushing attempt by Erke all the way back to the 37-yard line. A loss of 8.
Loss of 7 makes it 2nd and 17.
2nd and extremely long now for Stratford. Going to be 2nd down, and going to be 2nd down for Stratford, and they're going to give it near side, has room, cuts back, and to the 30, breaks to the 20, he's got room, a great block, and into the end zone, touchdown Stratford from 38 yards out, and into the end zone. That's Chase Flink. Phenomenal blocking by Oakley Wrench from his receiver from his receiver spot downfield, and goes 38 yards. Does Chase Flink, and right back into the game are the Stratford Tigers.
Reed Curtis to attempt the extra point.
Reed Curtis in for the PAT, 5'10", 217 senior. Schwabe to hold, and it is one step and perfect. With 42 seconds to go in the opening quarter, Stratford has tied it up. It is now the Stratford Tigers 7 and the Auburndale Apaches 7. Now Stratford's opportunity to kick it away. A drive that took just 1 minute and 9 seconds. After a long drive for Auburndale in their opening possession, Stratford got the ball at the 40-yard line. A big run by Erke up to the 29. A big loss back to the 38. And on the very next play, it was Chase Flink going 38 yards for a touchdown. And now back to kick will be Reed Curtis. He's got the tee set up right at the 40-yard line, right in the middle of the field. Weister back to receive for the Apaches. He is a very, very quick runner. It's Trayton Weister. And a line drive, end over end kick will be taken back at the 8-yard line with room, and it's going to be dropped at the 10-yard line. Terrence Cottrell Roberson. A line drive kick went right through his hands. Got it at about the 7 or 8 yard line, and the Stratford kicking team was able to get down. Was able to get down and cover very well. 33 seconds to go. Opening quarters all tied up. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Auburndale 11-yard line. I formation again. Carter Wilcott is the tight end lined up near side. And gives it to Weister on the counter and ran right into Weinfurter. And coming in for the tackle, a big loss coming in for the tackle. Looked like Dawson Moen. And a big, big loss.
Tackle by Dylan Shaner and Ben Barton. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
And it's going to be 2nd and 14, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. A long, extensive drive for the Auburndale Apaches to get them up 7-0, and then 1 minute and 9 seconds later, it's the Stratford Tigers answering back 7-7. We're going to come back in a little, or we're going to be right back with the start of the second quarter right after this.
V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Stratford, where the Tigers and Apaches do battle here as we start quarter number 2.
To begin the second quarter,
the Apaches will have it 2nd and 14, ball on the 7-yard line. After a great kickoff, the coverage team was perfect, and then a little mishandle on the counter play for Weister. Under center again is Weinfurter. And he's going to give it to Weister again, this time on the left side. He's got room, breaks a tackle, but gets pounded behind the 5. He's going to lose 3 more yards. Back to the 4-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 17. This is very, very dangerous spot now for the
making it 3rd and 17.
Dangerous spot now for the Auburndale Apaches. They need to give their punter a little more room. So 3rd and 17 from the 4. 2 receivers near side. Under center's Weinfurter again. They're going to give and it's going to be a safety. It's going to be a safety. A great penetration by the Stratford defense and into the end zone. So a safety with 11:11 to go in quarter number 2. Perfect. Perfect defensive possession for the Stratford Tigers. Now it's 9-7 Stratford. Started from the 11, just went backwards from there, and on 3rd and 17 had nowhere to go. And it's going to be Stratford ball now on the free kick. Great penetration by the Stratford defense that whole drive. And Schuler Gilhausen will be in to do the punting. So he will need to kick it from the 20-yard line.
Deep for the Tigers, wrench and flank.
So Stratford again will have even better field position. Oh, a good high kick will be taken at the 46-yard line and break a tackle and going to be tripped before he gets to the 45 of Auburndale. But again, Stratford with great field possession again.
47-yard line where the Tigers will take over, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, he'll be at the 47-yard line. Stratford now 9 and Auburndale 7. All the momentum now to the Tigers. Under center again, 2 running backs behind Schwabe. Right here in front of us. And Schwabe hands it up to Erke. He's going to fall forward to the 45-yard line, a gain of a couple. And it's going to be 2nd and 8 at the 45. Other games that we're live streaming tonight, Oshkosh North is at Marshfield. Just 2 more regular season games, including tonight at Beale. Next week is going to be very emotional and a very, very crowded Beale Stadium next week for the last regular season home game. Erke, and there's going to be a holding penalty. Holding penalty on the offensive line for Stratford.
Kyle Peterson penalty on the play.
But again, Marshfield is hosting Oshkosh North this week. And then they have one final home game next week. But the way that they've been playing this year, we saw them last week in Wisconsin Rapids, and their defense was phenomenal. Their offense put up 52 points. And they are, will very likely get a home game at Beale, at least in the first round. But then once they continue to move up in the playoffs, then they have to move into bigger stadiums. Schwabe looking down the field, and it's going to be broken up. And it will be incomplete right at the 35-yard line. A great pass, but Wrench unable to come up with it. And Weinfurter with the pass deflection. It's going to be 3rd and 23 from the 40-yard line of the Apaches. And then Pittsville is at Wild Rose. Also have that one. Sean Cordy went down to Wild Rose for us tonight.
3rd and 23
for that Central Wisconsin small conference football matchup. Next week it's going to be a conference championship in that conference between Almond and Pittsville, and a end around. Flink has it, lots of room, and got a big block, and it's going to be tackled at the 45-yard line. Gained a lot of it back, and we'll be able to flip the field here on 4th. They got back to just about the original line of scrimmage.
4th and 9 for the Tigers from the 47-yard line.
Nice gain there on the reverse, as they need one more out there for Stratford. Back to punt is Flink, standing at his own 40-yard line, 39-yard line, and gets it. A good line drive punt, and it might be too far, and the long grass is unable to hold it up, and it will be a touchback. Great punt by Flink, just a little too far, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Apaches at the 20-yard line. After the safety, Stratford unable to do much of anything. That big holding penalty pushed him back. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 9:55 to go. Opening half. Now we play in the second quarter. A lot of big games coming up in the next 2 weeks. Like I said, Pittsville will host Almond Bancroft next week. Again, that should be for a conference championship. Under center's Weinfurter. Holds up, hands it. No, he's going to pass it. Finds Marth, and a great job. And going to be tackled back. The forward progress will put him at the 14. But Derek Martin, the senior, with the tackle. 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. The forward progress gave Marth some room. Just under 9.5 to go. And obviously the big game in a couple weeks will take place right here. Stratford hosting Edgar. Usually a bloodbath to the end in the Merriwood as well. Should be again this year. And pitches it out to Weister, and going to be unable to get past the second tackler. And another loss of a yard. So now 3rd and 11 at the 19-yard line. And again, we'll see what Stratford's defense can do.
Loss of 1 on the play makes it 3rd and 11.
Did fantastic on the last drive. The first drive they gave up 3 third down. They allowed Auburndale to get 3 first downs on 3rd and relatively long. 3rd and 11 from the 19, 8.5 to go. Weinfurter under center. And he's going to be back to pass. A lot of pressure on him. Wide open. Across the middle is Wilcott. And he's going to not even get up to the 25-yard line. A gain of 4. Gain of 4, and it's going to be 4th and 7 at the 23-yard line. So great open field tackling again by the Stratford Tigers. And it's 8 minutes to go. 9-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. Touchdown on both sides, and then a safety early on here in the second quarter. The two receivers stand at the very short punt and a friendly roll up to the 47-yard line, 46-yard line, and that is where the Stratford Tigers will take over. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 7:37 to go in quarter number 2. Stratford 9, Auburndale 7. And we'll see what Stratford can do on this drive. Again, phenomenal field position for the Tigers. Holding pushed them far back the last time. Under center, Schwabe. Two running backs behind him. Gives it to Erke right away. No, that's not Erke, but he pounds it. And to the 35-yard line goes Derek Martin.
Tackle made by Lau and Weinfurter.
Martin, the second leading rusher on the Stratford team, picks up 12, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Don't forget to check SeleskySportsShow.com for all of our upcoming live streams. The fall season very quickly coming to an end. It gives it to Erke right away, bounces off a tackle, and carries a couple of tacklers to the 25. And a gain of 9 for Cade. It's going to be 2nd and 1 at the 25-yard line.
2nd and 1, balls at the 25.
Again, just a couple of weeks left in the high school regular season for football. And then we get into the postseason. Seating meetings, usually a very hot topic. And gives it to Erke right up the middle. Lots of room, slips at the 13-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 13.
1st and 10 Tigers from the 12.
Had a lot of room in front of him, but that long, slippery grass out there, unable to come up with his footing. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 13. Under 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Stratford 9, Auburndale 7. 2 receivers near side. 2 running backs in the backfield again behind Schwabe. A long snap on the counter play, and Martin gives it up to the 10-yard line, a gain of 3, and it's going to be second at 7-yard line.
Gain of 3, second and 7 from the 10.
We'll also be heading to Amherst in week 9. Amherst and Iola for a possible conference championship as well in the Central Wisconsin Large Conference. So a lot of conferences coming down to the wire. And it's going to be second and 7 from the 10, under 5.5 to go. They're going to give it to Flink. He's going to bounce it out to the outside, and unable to hold the block was the wide receiver out there, and it's going to go back to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. A loss of 3, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 13. Hasn't cooled down too much yet, but again, a freeze warning in effect starting at 10 o'clock tonight for Central Wisconsin, North Central Wisconsin. 3 running backs behind Schwabe this time, and he's going to give it to the 3rd guy. Has room up the middle. Martin runs over the tackler to the 1-yard line.
Brought down at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal, Tigers.
What a run, what a play by the Stratford Tigers right up the middle. The 3rd running back they gave it to on that one. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Erke right behind Schwabe. Looking for touchdown number 17 on the earth. He's going to roll out, has his receiver wide open in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Stratford. That's Oakley Wrench for the touchdown with 4:31 to go. 15 to 7, excuse me, now in favor of the Stratford Tigers. With 4:31 to go, a great play action pass, had Wrench wide open in the corner of the end zone. Found him for the easy pitch and catch for the touchdown. Looks like they're out there to go for 2. Schwabe with 2 running backs behind him. Martin, the flank receiver to the right side. They're going to give it to Erke. He's going to bounce to the outside, has room, reaches over, and is in. With 4:31 to go in quarter number 2, it is the Stratford Tigers 17 and the Auburndale Apaches 7.
And a home run by Ryan Braun, making it 3-3.
4:31 to go in quarter number 2. If you didn't hear that update, the Detroit Tigers, Milwaukee Brewers playing down in Milwaukee tonight. It was a 3-0 lead for the Tigers in the top of the first, a pair of home runs.
1 complete, 3-3.
After went to the bottom of the first inning, a couple of home runs for the Brewers, and it's all knotted up at 3 apiece. So, back to kick is Reed Curtis, and a high end-over-end kick going to be taken at the 7-yard line, and it's going to be taken to Weiser. He's going to get ripped down. The reverse went nowhere. Read perfectly by the Stratford Tigers.
Max Vanderhoof with the tackle.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for Auburndale.
1st and 10 Apaches from the 15-yard line.
First and 10 from the 15, under 4.5 to go. In quarter number 2, Stratford 17 unanswered points. Under center is Weinfurter again. Gonna hand it off to Weiser up the middle, go nowhere. after that opening drive. And it's going to be a timeout for the Stratford Tigers. We'll do the same. We'll step away for a quick second, come back. 4:16 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back after this.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
UW-Stevens.
Back to Stratford as the Tigers took their first time out to conserve a little bit of time here with 4:16 to go. They will kick off to open up the second half. And Pawn, the receiver, coming near side. Wilcott, unheard of since the first drive. I formation is Weinfurter again. He's back to pass. Looking and rolls out to the left, looks behind him, and he runs out of bounds. A gain of a couple. And it'll be 3rd and long for the Apaches. A gain of just 1. It's going to be 3rd and 9 from the 16.
Gain of 1, 3rd and 9, ball set to 16.
Bring in a couple more offensive weapons for Auburndale. 4:10 to go as Weinfurter helped the Tigers a lot on that one, running out of bounds, not needing to take their second timeout. Near side, Fletcher Robb and Trayton Weister. And he's back to pass. And near side's Wilcott, and he goes nowhere after the immediate catch. A gain of 2, and a timeout taken by Coach Tubbs. And with under 4 minutes to go, Coach Tubbs takes his second timeout. 3:59 to go in quarter number 2. It is Stratford 17 and the Apaches 7. And again, other games going on in the Merriwood Conference. Marathon is at Edgar tonight. Auburndale took care of Marathon big time last week, 35-6. Tomahawk is at Rice Lake Prentice. And Stratford took care of Rib Lake Prentice, big time last week, 41-0. And so Tomahawk at Rib Lake Prentice tonight. Edgar and Stratford, obviously the top 2 teams in the Merriwood Conference, both at 3-0. Rib Lake Prentice at 2-1, Auburndale at 2-2. Marathon at 1-2, Tomahawk and Shawamigan, the bottom 2 teams, Tomahawk at 1-3, and Shawamigan at 0-4. Kate Erkey still stuck at that 16 touchdown mark, but it's going to be 4th and 7. They're going to have didn't quite look like they had their punter ready, Schuler Gilhausen. And he's going to a low snap that time, a better punt. And going to be taken at the 45 and gets smothered immediately. But again, they're going to start inside Auburndale territory at the 48-yard line. 3:52 to go. We play in the second quarter, 17-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. As usual, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors that help us put these games on. Again, without them, we'd be unable to come out here tonight, and to all of the high school venues and bring you these live streams as we're out here nice and cold. You're at home in your nice warm houses. Back to pass, and Schwabe has his receiver open down the middle and dropped. Dropped by Wrench. beat his defender. That was a great pass. Didn't want to lob it too much for the safety to come over and break it up, and a line drive pass, just unable to come up with it, was Wrench. Took his eyes off for 1 second, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Perfect play call coming from the 1st and 10 play. 2 running backs behind Schwabe again. Gives it, nope, rolls out to his right again. Looking, gives it to Erke past the 40, past the 45, and a gain of, going to be gain of 4. And it's going to be 3rd and 6 from the 44, under 3.5 to go here in quarter number 2. So back-to-back pass plays for the Tigers. Vaughn Bright, the big tight end, 6'4", 197, under center again is Schwabe. Play action pass. He's going to roll to his left. Look for, and it's going to be incomplete. The Stratford Tigers is unable to get open on those rollouts. Travis Gotts with the pressure. Gotts comes in at 6'1", 346 pounds. Dakota Baird, his counterpart, 5'11", 347 pounds. So 75 and 73 both come in at over 375 pounds. 3 running backs behind Schwabe now with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Back to pass. Looking again, has his receiver Flink past the 25, breaks a tackle to the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown. Chase Flink again for a touchdown. This time goes 44 yards. 44 more yards for Chase Flink. A very smart play by Schwabe. Had Flink flanked out to the near side and then called him back to the backfield. A little bubble screen to Flink, and he did the rest. A 44-yard touchdown pitch and catch for Flink. That's his 2nd on the night. And it's 23-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. And the kick is up and good. With 2:53 to go in quarter number 2, 24 unanswered points. 24 unanswered points for the Tigers, and it's 24-7 now in favor of the Stratford Tigers. Stratford just with a single timeout remaining. See if their defense can hold. See what Auburndale comes out with in this possession, because you don't want to give Stratford another possession before the second half. But with 2 minutes and 53 seconds, it's all but inevitable that you get a couple stops on defense, and then you get the ball right back. 2:53 to go, 24-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. Ball will be kicked again at the 40-yard line, working right to left. Weister along with Pawn back to receive. As lined up on the wrong possession? No, they had the wrong personnel out there. 2:53 to go, and Reed kicks it off. A line drive kick will be taken by Pawn at the 10-yard line, has room, and fakes reverse and slips at the 30-yard line. Schwabe with the tackle, but Pawn slipped at the 30-yard line, and that is where the Apaches will start here with 2:46 to go in the opening half. Stratford 24 unanswered points after Auburndale went down early in the quarter, or late in the first quarter. And then just 1 minute and 9 seconds later, and Chase Flink with a big run back behind the 30-yard line, and it's going to be long for Auburndale. Right at the 38, or they'll put him at the 29-yard line. 29, under 2.5 to see how aggressive Coach Tubbs is here on defense. See if he wants to get the ball back. Obviously, you want to get the ball back before half. Back to pass, rolling out, has and doesn't have enough. And it's going to be dropped out of bounds, and a big play there again to stop the clock as Martha unable to come up with it. And it's going to be 3rd and 12 from the 29 with 1:59 to go. We'll see what kind of defense Stratford dials up on this one, because this would be a perfect time to, if they're able to stay in bounds, call the timeout, because your offense has been dynamite the last few drives. 3rd and 12 from the 29, under 2 minutes to go. I formation is Weinfurter. He's going to pitch it out to to Weister. Falls ahead to the 31-yard line, goes back to the original line of scrimmage. And with 1:45 to go, it's 4th and 10. And Auburndale will be back to punt again. See what the returners now for Stratford can do. That's Flink. Back to receive, along with Wrench. Stratford has at times had good pressure on the punter. That one bounces back. That is a high, short punt. It's going to be first and 10 again, working in Auburn. Going to be a sideline warning on the Stratford Tigers. Next one, a 15-yard penalty if called. Quarterback for Stratford, Chandler Jr., weighing in at 160. Had some numbers on Schmidt. He's just 7 of 17. Might have the better arm of the two. Back and has throw. And it's going to be caught. It's going to be caught off of the shoulder pad. What a play by Vaughn Bright. What a catch by Vaughn Bright. Eric and Bright comes down with it. And it's going to be incomplete, but they're going to spike it. 51 seconds to go. Wow. All you got to say about that is wow. What a play. What concentration by Vaughn Bright. Schmidt back in to finish this drive for the Stratford Tigers. Tried to catch it with one hand off his left shoulder pad, came down the ground, it popped up in the air. What a play. 2nd and 10 from the 10, 51 seconds to go. Back to pass again to Schmidt, looking, finds Erke at the 15. He breaks the tackle, and touchdown, Stratford. Just like that, it's 30-7. Schmidt comes in, throws two great passes, and 10 more yards. 10 more yards for Schmidt, and it is now 30-7. All set up by that crazy pass play. A 38-yard pass from Schmidt to Bright to set it up at the 10-yard line. Wow. That was one heck of a catch. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is perfect. With 42 seconds to go in the opening half, It is Stratford 31 and the Apaches 7. Wow. 29 points. "26 points, excuse me. 31-7 now in favor of the Stratford Tigers. Started the quarter off with a safety, and from there it was a punt after they got it after the safety, and then it was touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. The rest of the way, you will not see a better concentration. You'll not see better concentration from many players, let alone high school football players, than Vaughn Bright had. What a catch. That's going to be dribbled on the ground, be taken at the 15-yard line, and Weister trying to do something and get dragged down at the 26-yard line.
Apaches will take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
An absolute Zaleski Sports Show 3 to see after that catch. What a play. Oh, 37 seconds to go here on Parents' Night and Military Appreciation Night for all veterans from Auburndale and Stratford being recognized before the game. 37 seconds to go. Stratford still has a timeout. Not sure what they will do. A run up the middle and just swallowed back at the 23. A loss of 3, and that should run it down to the end of the first half. We'll see what Auburndale decides to do. Weinfurter got the play. He's going to come in. 10 seconds to go. Not quite sure where the
3 on the play, 2nd and 13.
Not quite sure what the time would be for the back judge. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And no, they get a play off. Marth up the middle and gets pounded again. A gain of maybe 1. Gets it back to now 3rd and 12. But that will end the first half. What a play. What a first half for the Stratford Tigers after struggling in the first quarter. We go to halftime. It is the Stratford Tigers 31, the Auburndale Apaches 7. Play some ads and come back to get you ready for the second half here from Stratford.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Wondering what to feed your team after
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Good property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency.
My name is Marissa, and I just finished my junior year in college. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car. It only took a few minutes and my credit application was approved. Just a couple of quick signatures and a payment I can afford. My first time buying a car, and it was so simple. Thank you, Wheelers. My name is Marissa. junior year in college. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car. It only took a few minutes and my credit application was approved. Just a couple of quick signatures and a payment I can afford. My first time buying a car and it was so simple. Thank you, Wheelers. My name is Marissa and I just home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
UW Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
UW Stevens
Trayton Weister touchdown, maybe 2 or 3 yards, with about 1 minute and 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. And then Stratford came back, a big run for his first touchdown of the night was Chase Flink, and then a safety, and a couple more touchdowns for Stratford, and all capped off by an incredible catch by Vaughn Bright, setting up a 10-yard touchdown pass to Cade Erke from Chandler Schmidt. Schmidt came in the last drive he's more of the passing quarterback for Stratford. They now lead 31-7. We get things started off here in the second half. Stratford will kick things off. To begin things. They had a great drive to start things when they received, but Auburndale held them, and then Auburndale went down and scored on their opening possession. 31-7. As we get you ready for half number 2, Steve Mapes alongside Lindsey Rasmussen here at Stratford High School. Parents' Night, Military Appreciation Night. Veterans from Auburndale and Stratford were recognized before the game. Don't forget, afterwards, we will have our post-game show with the talk with the coach of the winning team and our Zaleski Sports Show player of the game. If the score holds up, we'll have a quick chat with head coach Jason Tubbs. And as of right now, Chase Flink would be our player of the game so far. So, Chase Reed Curtis, to kick things off from left to right. And we begin things. High end over end kick will be taken by Pawn at the 15. Runs all the way to the far side, has room, and it'll be chased out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That's where Cooper Weinfurter and the Auburndale Apaches will begin things here in quarter number 3.
Apaches will take over first and 10. Ball be at
They'll
26-yard
put him at the 26, first and 10. That's where he ran out of bounds. Again, Stratford defense has been very, very stingent the last quarter and a half. Again, only giving up 85 yards per game. Weinfurter under center, gives it to Weister, and he'll be dragged down at the 30 or 31-yard line, and it's going to be second down for the Apaches. Auburndale again coming in at 2-4 overall, 2-2. 2-2 in the Merriwood. Head coach Jay Anderson. Cooper Weinfurter leads things for Auburndale. Trayton Weister, the running back, now well over 800 yards on the year, and had his 9th touchdown of the game, or of the year. Under center is Weinfurter again. He play action pass, has room, and it's going to be caught and immediately dropped. And a great open field tackle.
Pass complete. Trayton Weister tackled by Chase Flink.
Chase Flink doing all things, offense and defense. And it's going to be 3rd and long for the Apaches.
Play makes it 3rd and 10 for the Apaches. Ball at the 27.
Under 11 minutes to go. Chase Flink has done well on both sides of things. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Back at the 27. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Weinfurter under center again. He's going to be back to pass. Has his tight end again, Wilcott. Now it's going to be caught, but immediately down.
Complete to Carter Wilcott.
Carter Wilcott with the catch, and it will be 4th down for the Apaches. 3 and out to begin things here in.
Gain of 3, 4th and 7 for the Apaches.
3 and out for the Apaches here on their opening drive in the third quarter. Back to return.
Punt formation for the Apaches.
Oakley Wrench. And Gilhausen back to punt again. Another low snap, high end over end kick punt. And it's going to be caught and going to be taken and Flink again as Stratford will start inside of Auburndale's. Stratford again will start inside Auburndale's territory, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 49 as we play in the third quarter. Parents' Night, Military Appreciation Night for here in Stratford. 1st and 10, now in the pistol formation. Martin in motion, going to give it right to Kaderke. No, he's going to keep it, and Schwabe gains a couple. And it's going to be 2nd and 7. No, 2nd and 8, a gain of a pair.
Gain of 2, 2nd, 8, ball at the 47.
One receiver far side, 2 near side, and again pistol formation for Max Schwabe. Kaderke behind him, and in motion. And a high snap over his head, and Schwabe's going to get ripped down deep, or a big loss. And it's going to be 3rd and long, extremely long for Stratford. Schwabe a little slow getting up, and it's going to be 3rd and long at the 43-yard line of now Stratford.
Lost back to the 43-yard line. 3rd and 18.
3rd and a long 18 with 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. Stratford is playoff eligible already, can clinch a playoff spot with a win here tonight. 4th conference win and 6th win overall. And back to pass. And he's going to get out of it. He's going to fumble it, and it's going to be picked up by the Apaches at the 43-yard line, and it will be Auburndale football. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Apaches. Kyle Peterson recovers the fumble, and Max Schwabe is able to maneuver for quite a while, but then the pressure got to him and he fumbled. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Apaches at the Stratford 42. 8:13 to go now. 2 receivers far side. Pawn behind Weinferter. Under center. And had the pulling guards. Has room near side. And a couple of Stratford Tigers run into each other, and they'll be all right. Gets to about the 39. And a gain of 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 7, under 8 minutes to go.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7, ball at the 39.
So when we got things going here in half number 2, 42 degrees here in Stratford. It's just going to get colder. So I looked at the hourly forecast. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock is going to be the coldest, 7 o'clock a.m. Here in Stratford. It's going to be 29 degrees. Again, a freeze warning until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Back to passes Weinferter. And still has room. He's going to take it. And going to be tackled is Marth. Gain of a couple. Weinferter able to get it off in time before he crossed the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 3rd and now manageable for the Apaches. 3rd and 4 now. 3rd and 4 at the 36. Now under 7 minutes to go. Coming off a little gingerly for Stratford. Justin Schoner. He's going to have to get looked at. He was one of the guys that tackled his other teammate. Now 3rd and 4. And Weister's going to get it past into the 30-yard line, and it's going to be a first down for the Auburndale Apaches.
Weister on the carry.
Looks a lot like their opening drive of the game for Auburndale.
30-yard line.
And it's going to be first and 10 at the 30, a gain of 6, and we play under 6.5 to go. 31-7 Stratford Tigers. I formation. And gives it to Weiser, breaks a tackle, and there's going to be a flag on the play, and it's going to be a holding. And going back 10 yards are the Apaches. It's going to be first and going to repeat first down, but go not 15-yard penalty now. It's going to be first and 25 back at the 45-yard line.
Holding call puts the ball back at the 45-yard line.
Not quite sure how long that has been a rule implemented in high school football, but
25.
now a holding penalty, now 15 yards. And it's going to be first and 25 from the 45. They have to get all the way to the
Milwaukee 5.
Stratford. They got to get Stratford all the way, or to the Stratford 20-yard line. It's going to be first and 25, 5:45 to go. They're going to give it to Marth up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up immediately and twisted around, and a gain of nothing, and it's going to be second and 25. Marth a big fullback. They're going to give him a gain of 1. Aaron Marth, 6'2", 230. Auburndale, a couple of big guys on their team, including Dakota Baird, and Travis Gotts, 347 and 346. Under center again. Pawn behind Weinfurter, and he's going to be back to pass. Looking, have a little pressure, a lot of room up the middle, and he's going to slide to around the 31-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of 14 yards. Give him 13. And it's going to be third and 12 now. Picks up 12. And Kate Erkey comes off the field for the Stratford defense. And it's already third quarter just zooming by. 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. This third quarter is just cruising by. 4:20 to go in the third quarter, 31-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. 2 receivers near side, back to pass again. Pressure right away, and he's going to get away. He's going to roll out to his left, and still on his feet. He's going to go out of bounds. He was hit late, and the ref threw the wrong penalty or the wrong flag, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and first down for the Auburndale Apaches.
Penalties on the play.
Near side referee threw his fumble flag, but it was a personal foul. Late hit, and it's going to be first and 10. One of those plays that accidental late hit, but a late hit is a late hit, and it's going to be first and 10 for the Auburndale Apaches. Weinfurter still hobbling around a little bit. That's just one of those plays that cannot happen if you're a Stratford Tiger. So a 15-yard holding penalty, and now it's going to be a big. It's going to be first and 10 at the 14. Now with 4:09 to go, 31-7 in favor of the Tigers. One receiver far, one near side. I formation for Weister and Pawn. Weinfurter under center. He's going to give it on the draw, and nice job by the Tigers. Dylan Shaner with the tackle. He's got, coming in, he had 35 on the year, 23. He's able to come right off that pulling guard and make the tackle on the shoulder pad, able to rip Weister down. Ben Barton coming in, the leading tackler for the Stratford Tigers. He had 47 coming in, 35 solo tackles. Auburndale Apaches averaged just under 298 yards offensively a game, 199 on the ground. Back to pass. Corner of the end zone, up, and it's going to be caught, intercepted in the end zone. That's Lance Heitman. They're trying to pick on him all night long, and he's able to come up with it, and it is going to be Stratford Tiger football. They're trying to pick on Heitman all night long, had him for that pass interference early on, which led to the Auburndale Apaches touchdown, but did not get fooled on that one, and he was able to come up with a big interception, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Max Schwabe and the Tigers at their own 20-yard line with 3:22 to go. So great defensive play by Heitman. Under center goes Schwabe in motion and gives it to Kate Erke, and he's past the 25, a gain of 8 on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and 2. And it's going to be 2nd and they'll give him the 27. It'll be 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line. Again, other games going on around the Merrillwood. Marathon is at Edgar. Tomahawk is at Rib Lake Prentice. Other games that we have live streaming. Oshkosh North is at Marshfield. Pittsville is at Wild Rose. And going to keep it, give it to the second runner. Had them all fooled. And to the 50. And Henrik inside Apache territory. They brought Derek Martin in motion, faked the handoff to Kate Erke, and without anybody near him, Matt Handrick gets it inside Apache territory to the 45-yard line. A perfect play call had the Apache defense fooled. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 45, 2:25 to go. 3 running backs behind Schwabe now. Under center, he's going to give it to Erke up the middle. No, he hands it off to Martin as he got ripped down. Nice tackle by Trayton Weister, the 5'8" senior. Weister doing it all on both sides as well, offensively and defensively. It's going to be 2nd and 9 at the 44. 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Third quarter just zoomed by. 1:45 to go. Under center is Schwabe. Hendrick in motion, gives it up to Erke up the middle with room. He gets it to the 30. Lots of room, and he's gone. Touchdown, Kate Erke from 44 yards. Kate Erke right up the middle. Erke up the middle, untouched. And he goes up the middle for a 44-yard touchdown. And it is Stratford 37 and Auburndale 7. In for the PAT. Looks like they're going to try the PAT. That's going to be Reed Curtis to try for the single PAT. No, they're going to keep Schwabe in there. A little confusion right now for Stratford. They're going to try for the 2-point conversion. 3 linemen lined up as running backs. Yeah, 3 huge running backs, and they're going to give it up the middle and go absolutely nowhere. The handoff was Logan Peterson. Peterson tried for the 2-point conversion and went nowhere. But with 1:35 to go in quarter number 3, it is now the Stratford Tigers 37 and the Auburndale Apaches 7. Stratford will be kicking off from left to right for
Karen Neuenfeld with the carry on the 2-point conversion.
I think it said Neuenfeld. I definitely looked like Logan Peterson. But yeah, they had some big guys in there for the Tigers in the backfield. But 1:35 to go, quarter number 3 in this Merrillwood showdown between the Apaches and the Tigers. Auburndale has won 2 games in a row. They took care of Marathon last week 35-6. and pounded Tomahawk the week prior 35-0. They have won 2 games in a row after starting 0-4 on the year. Their losses, 46-6 to Edgar, 28-20 to Rib Lake, 34-22 against Manawa, and that devastating Week 1 loss, 37-36 to the Pittsville Panthers. Reed Curtis will kick from left to right. Couple of Pawn and Weister are the returners, standing at their own 5-yard line. A line drive kick, and it'll be taken by Pawn at the 8-yard line. He's going to try it to the far side. He's going to slip down at the 15-yard line and reach out to the 16, and that is where the Apaches will start things with 1:29 to go. Again, don't forget to stick around for obviously the fourth quarter, but the post game as well. And we'll have an opportunity to talk with head coach Jason Tubbs and our Zaleski Sports Show player of the game so far is Chase Flink, who dominant in the first half as Marth goes nowhere. 1:20 to go in quarter number 3.
Tackle made by Bo Gross.
And Auburndale's going to get the play. Is Weinfurter getting the play, or excuse me, Cooper Weinfurter getting the play from head coach Jay Anderson.
Second 11 balls on the 15.
As usual, this is going to be one heck of a showdown in Merriwood Conference basketball action as well. Auburndale and Stratford for the last couple of years, 2 of the top teams in the Merriwood. Under centers Weinfurter. He's going to go back to pass. Looks for Pawn down the side. It's going to be caught. Nice catch there by Dylan Pawn. They've been going at Heidman all night, and that time Dylan Pawn comes up with a big catch and big gain. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 43 seconds to go in quarter number 3 at the 39-yard line. Clock running. It's going to be 1st and 10. Pawn now near side. He will work on Vaughn Bright. Under center goes Weinfurter. And going to flip it back to Weister, and he's going to get dragged down, fall forward to the 40-yard line. A gain of a yard, and it's going to be 2nd and 9, and that should do it for quarter number 3 here tonight.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9, ball on the 40.
Through 3 quarters here from Stratford, it is the Tigers 37, the Auburndale Apaches 7. We'll be back after this with the start of quarter number 4.
All about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Did property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency.
College. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car. It only took a few minutes and my credit application was approved. Just a couple of quick signatures and a payment I can afford. My first time buying a car, and it was so simple. Thank you, Wheelers. My name is
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Back to Stratford, where the Apaches will start things right up the middle. It's going to be intercepted. And it's going to be Auburndale turns it over just like that. Try for the quick hitter. And that was a no-go, an interception. Intercepted by Chandler Schmidt. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Stratford Tigers with 11:53 to go, up 37-7. 37 unanswered points for Stratford. Waited as long as I could, but to put my winter coat on tonight, but fourth quarter started to came around and got a little too chilly. 2 running backs and back to pass screen play, and it's going to be caught and making it. There's Derek Martin, and he gets pounded out of bounds. Pass inside the 20. And it's going to be 1st and 10 on the great pass play for Stratford at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10. Again, don't forget to check out SleskySportsShow.com for upcoming live stream events, along with highlights throughout the week from all over central Wisconsin. Under center, this time gives it to Hendrick. He fumbles, and it's going to be picked up by Schwabe all the way back to the 30-yard line, a loss of 11. Oh, maybe a loss of 12. And it's going to be second and 22.
Loss of 11, 2nd and 21.
And they would give him 2nd and 21 at the 31. 2nd and 22 at the 31. Under 11 minutes to play. Schwabe under center. And back to pass. And he is going to get dragged down. He's going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. Smart play by Schwabe to get rid of it. And that would have been a devastating loss if he would have got dragged down back there. Now the chain gang guy was going back, but he was not down. It's going to be 3rd and now 22 at the 31 with 10:45 to go.
3rd and 22 from the 31.
37-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. Under center Schwabe. And back to pass again. A lot more time here. Has his receiver downfield. It's going to be incomplete onto the stretch of Oakley Wrench. That's going to be 4th and 22 at the 31 with 10:37 to go.
Intended for Oakley Wrench.
Again, next week, the Apaches will host Shawamigan and finish things off with Whitehall in week number 9. They head to Whitehall. For the Stratford Tigers, they head to Marathon next week and finish things off with the Edgar Tigers. 4th and 22. Back to pass. A lot more time. Still looking. Had Wrench across the middle. He fights for more yards. And it's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 12, but it's going to be a turnover on downs. Looked like he had Wrench open across the middle, but could not see him. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line with 10:26 to go in quarter number 4. Stratford leading the Apaches 37-7. Auburndale again had a very impressive first drive in the first quarter. Went all the way down the field, converting on 3 third downs and a 4th and goal to go up 7-0. Back to pass across the middle, and another interception. Schmidt, another interception right into his gut, and it's going to be 1st and 10 just like that for the Tigers, and they get it back. Got it a couple times, tried that quick hitter a couple times across the middle, and Schmidt was right there just ready for the pass. This time right in his gut. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Stratford Tigers with 10:21 to go. Cade Erkey in the backfield. 37-7. Gives it to Erkey up the middle with lots of room. Breaks a couple tackles and inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Gain of 13 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 15. 10:15 to go. They'll run the clock as soon as the chains get set, and they do. 10 minutes to go as we approach the 9 o'clock hour here in Central Wisconsin. You're watching Stratford and Auburndale Marywood Conference football, and far side is going to be pounded by Derek Martin. Gain of a couple. Steve Maves alongside Lindsey Rasmussen here at Stratford High School. The Tigers leading 37-7. 37-7 here in quarter number 4, and it's going to be 2nd and 7 at the 12. Under center and offset I formation for Max Schwabe. He's going to drop back to pass. Far side and had Martin all twisted around. And it's the clock continues to run. I'm not quite sure why, but it's only a 30-point lead, not 35. But no, now they stop it. Might not have run on the previous play. And with 9:03 to go, it's 37-7. 3rd and 7 at the 12. 2 receivers near side. Schwabe under center. Blitz coming, it looks like, for the Apaches. And it does. And Martin's going to take it, make a move, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Stratford. 9 minutes to go. 12-yard touchdown run for Derek Martin. Made a couple of guys miss, and it's 43-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. Exactly 9 minutes remaining here in quarter number 4. Now into kick, new kicker. That's Hunter Austin, it looks like. And missed it low.
Extra point.
And with 9 minutes to go, it is Stratford 43 and Auburndale 7. Exactly 9 minutes to go. As after this kickoff, then it'll be your running clock the rest of the way here tonight. 35 or more points lead in quarter number 4. No matter what happens on either side, it will be a running clock. So again, stick around. We'll have an opportunity to talk to head coach Jason Tubbs, talk to him a little bit before the game so he knows what to expect. Not going down there. Quick interview with him, and have an opportunity to talk to Chase Flink, who had an outstanding first half. Couple of touchdowns for Chase. He'll be our Zaleski Sports Show player of the game. Have an opportunity to talk to him and see what his thoughts are on the game here tonight. And it's going to be a bit deep end-over-end kick. Pawn will take it at the 8-yard line again. Lots of room on the far side, and will be driven out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And that is exactly what will happen. The clock continues to run as the Apaches' last couple drives ended on interceptions by Chandler Schmidt. Coming out of to start the fourth quarter, and then the first play of the drive went right into his gut. High formation for Weinfurter. Under center again, hasn't been not under center the whole time. That's a new running back and a big tackle there. That's Brent Lau. New running back is Brent Lau. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 32 with under 8 minutes remaining. One receiver far side, Lau in the backfield. Weinfurter under center again. Stratford looking like they're going to bring pressure, and they do. And up the middle and drag down past the 32 to the 33, a gain of 1. Cody Trowbridge on the carry, and it's going to be 3rd and 9 from the 33. So with this win tonight, we said it earlier, but the Stratford Tigers are now playoff bound. They had been playoff eligible, but now they have clinched that playoff spot here tonight. 3rd and 9 under center again is Weinfurter back to pass. It's not Weinfurter. We'll get you a name and a number on that soon. And almost another interception. That's Hunter Wright, the quarterback, a 5'9" sophomore. And it's going to be 4th down. Hunter Wright, the new quarterback. 4th and 9 with 6:35 to go. So, once again, the Stratford Tigers will be in the postseason for high school football. Their job is not quite done yet. They have they'll head up to Marathon next week. High end over end short punt again, and got a friendly bounce past the 40 and inside the 40. Stratford will head up to Marathon next week, and then they will have that big decisive Merriwood Conference Championship game most likely in 2 weeks. It'll be Stratford and Edgar right here in Stratford. As for the Auburndale Apaches, they will host Shawamigan next week. That is their final Merriwood Conference game. They are 2-2 in the conference. Besides them, Tomahawk and Shawamigan. So just half the teams in the Merriwood have played all 4 games. And Stratford will take a timeout. Coming into tonight, the Merriwood Conference, Edgar and Stratford were both at 3-0. Riblake Prentice was at 2-1. Auburndale at 2-2. Marathon at 1-2. Tomahawk at 1-3. Shawamigan at 0-4. And so next week will be Auburndale's final conference game of the year. They will host Shawamigan and then head to Whitehall in 2 weeks to finish off the year. Much like the last couple of weeks, Stratford now total points given up the last 6 weeks. Now only 28 points given up. Besides that game a couple of weeks ago against Marengo, when they won by a single point. They gave up 33, but conference games, they've only given up 28 total points. Under center, and it's going to be a fumble, and it will now.
Recovered by the Apaches.
The Apaches with the fumble recovery. It'll be Auburndale football with 5 minutes to go in quarter number 4. Schmidt unable to corral the snap. Now they got all sorts of new guys in there. Parents' night, senior night, Veterans Appreciation Night. And there's going to be a penalty on Stratford. Illegal substitution. That was Judd Knetter. And now it's going to be 1st and 5 from the 32 with under 4 It'll be under 4 minutes to go very shortly. Hunter right under center. He's going to be back to pass. And it's going to be out of the stretch of Ben Lau and incomplete.
Intended for Brent Lau is incomplete. 2nd and 5.
So we will go down, talk to Coach Tubbs and Chase Flink about his first half and how well this team came around after that tough first drive, that tough first quarter. He was able to score the opening touchdown for Stratford. Go down and talk to him quickly and get him back in the locker room and get him warm. Under center is right again. He's going to give it to Lau. No, that's not Lau. That's Isaiah Hasenhol for the Apaches. Now 3:15 to go. Quarter number 4, 43-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. Receiver near side. That's Fletcher Rab, under center is right. 1st and 10, and right by the Stratford defenders, and that one's going to be
Isaiah Hasenor on the carry.
Close to a first down, maybe a gain of 9.5.
Vanderhoof with help from Justin Radke.
Oh, will they give them the first down? They won't. It's going to be 2nd and a very, very short one. But we play with under 2.5 to go. It's going to be 2nd and 1 at the 16-yard line. Receiver far side. I formation again. Under center is right. And snaps it, gives it up to the fullback, and it's going to be first down at the 15-yard line. Say stop the clock, but up by 36, they will not do that with 1:50 to go. 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Apaches. We play here in the 4th quarter, 43-7 in favor of the Stratford Tigers.
First down, Apaches, ball to 15.
See if the Apaches can punch it in with 90 seconds to go. Under center is right. And he's going to pitch it out and get tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 2nd and long for the Apaches with 1:15 to go. Again, if you are a big football fan, make sure, obviously, to come out in 2 weeks. Edgar and Stratford. Always a bloodbath between those two. No love lost, that's for sure. That would most likely be for the Merriwood Conference Championship. Under center is right, and it's going to be incomplete. And intended for 87. Don't have an 87 in the program. But 30 seconds to go. It's going to be 3rd and 13 at the 18. Most likely the final play of the game. Under center. And it will be handed off. And near side. And it will go nowhere. And that should do it. 10 seconds remaining. Back to the 19-yard line. And that will do it here from Stratford. It is the Stratford Tigers 43, the Auburndale Apaches 7. Make sure to stick around. We'll have an interview with head coach Jason Tubbs and our Celeste Sports Show player of the game, Chase Flink. He had 2 touchdowns on the night. He is our Celeste Sports Show player of the game. We will have him in just a minute. Again, final score here from Stratford. It is the Tigers 43, the Apaches 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. Nasonville Dairy. For this weekend, Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Wondering what to feed your
I had to take a phone away from a player during the game. That's a new one.
We have to do some practice, but it's 12:30 to 4. Okay. But if I go back, it'll be a problem.
Thank you, Thank you, buddy. There you go. How's that?
Yeah, much better. Good? All right, now we're back with Stratford head coach Jason Tubbs. And, Coach, just talk about the effort you guys put together tonight. The first quarter was a little slow, but then after that, it was all offense after that.
Yeah, give Auburndale credit. You know, they're going to be a playoff team, believe it or not. They're going to win the next couple games, and they're going to get in at 3-3. And they got some big boys, and they got a quick little tailback that they use effectively, but give our guys credit. They got punched in the mouth, and they said, okay, enough's enough, and they rattled off 40-some points in a row. So that's what we expect from our guys.
What was the message after that first quarter? It was 7-7, and then you got the safety to start things in the second quarter.
I told our guys go back to work, okay? They know how to play football and play physical. And then once they realized that they're a little bit bigger and stronger up front, then our guys started filling the gaps. And, sometimes our guys kind of have to read a little bit. And I said, no, just go. And once they figured that out, it was downhill.
Yeah, marathon next week. What do you know about what do you know about marathon?
It seems to me like, watching them on film, that they got a few good athletes, but, they got a new coach, they got whole new uniforms, and so we're interested to see how they're going to be. But, I think if you ask them, a lot of their good players graduated last year, and they're probably in a rebuild mode right now, and I know they got some good young talent coming up. So, but we'll get ready because we know we got to play one game at a time.
All right, Coach. Congratulations. If we could find Mr. Flink, that'd be awesome.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Chase Flink.
We'll have an opportunity to talk with Chase Flink, our Celeste Sports Show player of the game. That was head coach Jason Tubbs talking, obviously, like you said, 7-7 after that first quarter. And then after that, he's Flink's taking pictures. So Flink's taking pictures. So we'll have an opportunity to talk with Chase and our Celeste Sports Show player of the game.
Thank you.
So if you could put that on. You guys started off slow. Talked to Coach a little bit about that, but you got after that first drive by Auburndale, you guys were able to put together that good scoring drive, and then after that it was all offense. Talk a little bit about that.
Started off slow, but we were able to bounce back. Linemen are good and just overcome adversity and all. So
43 points rattled off. That not bad, but you were able you punched some scores in yourself. Talk about what was going so well with the offensive line.
Coach Max Schwabe,
My boy Chase Flink, love you, man.
Max told the linemen to just be ready at all times, and I told Max just ready. I'll be ready. Just throw it and let me run. Let me go.
And you guys were playoff eligible, but now you have clinched that playoff spot. What does that mean?
It means a lot, especially for Stratford Tiger football.
All right, we're going to give you this.
All right.
You're going to look up at that camera on the top of the bleachers and do whatever you want, say whatever you want, and say you're in the house any way you like.
I'm in the house.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
That hat's yours to keep. So that was Chase Flink, our Celeste Sports Show player of the game. We're going to sign off from Stratford High School. It is the Stratford Tigers 43, the Auburndale Apaches 7. So long from Auburndale. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk again soon.